Welcome to this video assignment for ALC 203. My name is Caitlin Putt, and today I wanted to take the time to discuss with you social activism and its presence in our digital environment. Whilst this topic is very broad and there are many interesting points to focus on, I have narrowed down to several smaller points to discuss with you today. Firstly, I would like to go over some of the examples of online activism and critique and distinguish the difference between activism and slacktivism. I would also like to look at the use of online activist campaigns on social media and their effect on users who interact with them. I would also like to reflect upon my own online engagement with activism and how it has affected some of my own attitudes and beliefs in regards to pressing social issues. So what is social activism and how is it incorporated into our digital environment? Before I go into this further, it should be noted what exactly defines a social movement. According to Carty, 2015, social movements should not be confused with riots nor electoral politics. Rather, it refers to the coming together of people with common purpose. There are three main aspects of social movements, and they are campaigns, whether they be long-term, organised public efforts that make collective claims on target authorities, repertoires, tactics that a group has at its disposal, and WUNC, which is an acronym for the worthiness, unity, numbers, and commitments of a social issue. Therefore, taking into account Carty's words, we can interpret a social movement as a coming together of a group of individuals that hold common ground on a pressing issue. These bodies then pursue a path to achieve change on the said issue. We encounter a vast range of social movements in our everyday lives, from those seeking to make change on issues such as marriage equality for same-sex couples, to animal rights campaigns striving for a more cruelty-free world. Social movements are always occurring. As activists move their campaigns into the online sphere, our experiences are only becoming more frequent. From microblogging platform sites such as Twitter to online petition sites such as change.org, activists are coming together through cyberspace to stand for change and encourage others to voice an opinion on pressing social matters. The last few years illustrate how persuasive social activist campaigns can be when presented online through social media. But just how effective are they? The debate surrounding whether online campaigning makes us the audience, activists or slacktivists, is one discussed by many academics. Are we really being active when it comes to social issues, or is the way we interact with them beneficial at all? Now that I have defined what a social movement is, I would like to distinguish the differences between online activism and slacktivism and where they both fit into online participatory culture. Online activism, which is also known as internet or digital activism, refers to the use of electronic communication tools while trying to convey a message about a particular social movement. It is a way for citizens to portray their voices as activists through disseminating information through the internet, and most commonly through social media sites. It presents grassroots activists with the potential to reach mass audiences in a cost-effective and quick manner, and reach out for other citizens to join them on their effort to achieve social change. Popular social activist campaigns can be found online on networking platforms such as Facebook and Twitter, as well as on various blog and petition sites. Whilst there have been several online activism campaigns deemed successful in recent years, such as the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014, the rise of online activism has also coined the phrase slacktivism amongst critics. Slacktivism is heard quite often in the digital age in regards to online activism practices. It is a combination of the words slacker and activism used to illustrate the disconnect between awareness and action through social media. It has been characterized by some as a backpatting, an ineffective way to take action on a pressing social issue. As McCafferty discusses, the term refers to people who are happy to give support but often lack the initiative to get up and take more action. From liking and sharing a video online to using overlays on a profile picture to signify an awareness of a current social issue, slacktivism can drive away awareness from an activist campaign just as much as it has the potential to create change. Just think about it for a second. On your Facebook feed recently, has a family member or friend shared a link to an activist campaign? Did you change your profile picture with an overlay of the French flag during the 2015 terrorist attacks? While showing support for these sad issues does create a level of awareness and drives intrigue into a particular topic, sometimes a like or a share just isn't enough. I recently tweeted a poll to my fellow ALC 203 classmates in specific regards to Facebook picture overlays. On a personal level, I felt that they were indeed a great example of what slacktivism is. However, I wanted to reach out and find out other people's opinions on this issue. The question I asked to my followers was, do you add overlays on your Facebook profile pictures following a tragic event, for example after the Paris terrorist attacks? With 3 possible answers as yes, sometimes, and no. Out of the 18 participants, 77% of them responded with yes, and 17% responded with sometimes. Following on from this, I sent out a tweet asking those who participated and responded to the poll to tell me briefly why they chose their answer. I discovered that most users found that using an overlay for an issue such as marriage equality was okay because it was showing their support for an issue. However, when it came to an issue like the terrorist attacks, they found that using an overlay was an empty gesture and an inappropriate way to show respect. One of them actually suggested that a donation was a more appropriate form of activism following such an incident. The use of Facebook profile picture overlays is just one of many forms of Slacktivism presented online. While slacking, sharing, or engaging with online content spreads awareness and leaves the individual feeling satisfied that they have done something productive, it should not be confused with traditional forms of activism.